Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Aldous and here are top 5 things that you can do with Azure. Number 1. Create and attach an Azure file share to your PC. This allows an Azure file share to be mounted directly to your personal computer so that the file share is acting like a NAS, like a network attached storage device, except it scales up to 100 terabytes and you only pay for the size that you actually use. The speed and the pricing depends on the plan that you choose. So to get started, create an Azure storage account. Make sure that you choose Azure Files for the primary service. I left everything else as default, except in the networking tab. Choose to enable public access from virtual networks and add your client's IP. Then press review and create the resource. So once the deployment is complete, go to your resource, press file shares and create a new file share. Choose your size and leave pretty much everything else as default. I also disabled backups as they cost additional money. Once your file share is created, press on that file share, press connect, and on the right hand side you will see a window where you can choose your operating system and it will create a script for you. Copy and paste that script into your terminal. Then press connect and you will see a new drive mounted to your system. So you can use this drive the same way that you would use any drive that's attached to your system. The download and upload speeds will depend on the plan that you chose and also your internet speed. I wouldn't recommend using this as a long-term storage as it's quite expensive, but this can definitely be used as a short-term storage. Number 2. Create a Windows 11 virtual machine and RDP into it. This can be used as a safe playground that you can break and try out new stuff on. Make sure that you use the Windows 11 image and give it a name and a password, and then make sure that the RDP port is open. You can leave everything else as default. Just press review and create the resource. Once the deployment is complete, go to your resource and press connect. Just before you actually RDP into the machine, press check access button just to make sure that it's actually available. Then download the RDP file and enter your username and password. Press connect and then you should be able to connect to your machine. And finally just go through the first time Windows setup. And that's it, you have your Windows 11 machine running in the cloud. Number 3. Try the Azure Document Intelligence Studio. To create one, you just need to give it a resource group, choose a region, give it a name, and choose the pricing tier. Leave everything else on default and create the resource. So once that's done, go to your resource and you'll be able to choose one of the many pre-built OCR models. Essentially, these models allow you to extract data from PDF documents or images. As an example, I am using this invoice. Because it's your first time using it, you have to go through the setup process. Once that's done, you can actually start using the Document Intelligence Studio. As an example here, I uploaded the invoice and press run analysis, and now on the right hand side you can see all of the data that it has managed to extract. The whole point of this is that you can use these pre-built models in one of your own apps. Number 4. Create and deploy a web app. So as an example, I've created this GitHub repo with a C# MVC web app from one of the templates. So when deploying your web app, make sure that you select the correct stack. Also, personally, I use the Linux machines as they tend to be cheaper, and for the pricing plan, choose the free one, at least for now. Then just leave everything else on default and create the resource. Once that's done, go to the web app and go to Deployment Center and choose the source at GitHub. Then choose the repository that you want to deploy and press save. This will create a GitHub Actions job that will deploy your web app. If you go to GitHub, under Actions, you will see it running. It has 2 stages, one to actually build the app and one to deploy it. Once this is done, go to your web app and find the public link and you'll be able to see your web app running. But this is not everything. Essentially what you have done here is created a basic DevOps pipeline. So now if you make any changes locally and push them again to GitHub, it will rebuild and redeploy your app. Number 5. Try out Azure AI Foundry. So first create a new Azure AI Hub and then a new project. Once the resource is deployed, you'll be able to go into it and deploy different large language models. As an example here, I've deployed a GPT-4o mini model. The nice thing about this is that you can use confidential data with these LLMs because OpenAI is not using that data to train the models with it. Once you're done with any of the Azure resources, make sure you delete them, because some of them might still charge you money even though you're not using them. Like and subscribe if you liked the video. Thanks for watching and see you again in the next one.